Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Elena and today's video is going to be an update on Geogenanthus Ciliatus, also known as Geo. This video is not planned, but it's highly requested video by you guys, so here we go. I'm gonna go over and tell you my observation on this plant since I do have it for a little while, and I can share a little bit more information not off of the internet at this point, but from my personal experience. Before I show you this plant, I want you to know I am not an expert on this plant or any other plants that I own. I'm just a person who's growing a bunch of plants and sharing my experience with you guys. So as far as I understand from your comments, and I do read them, you guys, and I try to respond to all of you, that a lot of you are struggling with this plant, and I don't blame you. It's not an easy plant to figure it out, but once you do, it does pretty well. For most part, it's been neglected in my grow tent. I water this plant once a week. And if you're a person who's never struggled with this plant and never had any issues and figure it out already, please do write in the comments below. That would help a lot of other people who's trying to learn about this plant, including me. So I went to my grow tent today to grab this plant to show you guys, and I was happy to see that it's still alive. It's doing fine. I was like, you're up, it's show and tell time. So here it is. It's a lot smaller than you have seen before, which is totally fine, but it does have a lot of new growth right here. This is a new leaf. I mean, all of these leaves are brand new. This is new. There is a growth right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right here, this is a new leaf. There is a new growth point right here. These are all new. There's a tiny little baby right here. So all of these new leaves are new. Basically, original leaves that I've had on this plant, I burned it. This time it was not a dramatic flop whatsoever. I brought it to my grow tent mainly for a higher humidity, not necessarily a light, but I guess the light was too strong for this plant and it burned it, like burned it to the crisp. So this plant been through a lot, you guys. So what I ended up doing, I actually cut the whole plant down to the soil level. A lot of you guys asking me if you should do that. Don't be afraid to. If you have to, go for it. It will be fine. It will recover. It will grow again. So cut it all the way to the soil and grew all of this so far. But once I cut it, I did move it. It's still in my grow tent, but it's on the bottom shelf. It's kind of under the baskets of other plants. The grow light is not really hitting. It's more like a bright indirect light. There is no actual rays, I guess, if you can call it, from grow light hitting it, except this leaf right here. This leaf was kind of sticking out from the shelf, and you could tell that it's still burnt a little bit, just on the edge, so I kind of pushed it back farther into the shelf. I'm thinking actually to move this plant back to my bathroom. That's where it gets that morning gentle light. It's an eastern window, and also that's where my drama queens live. That's where most of my caletheas are, and they seem to do pretty well there, so I will try that and see if the lighting situation works better. But humidity levels, it did like the humidity in my grow tent. I'm just not going to adjust lighting in my grow tent for just this plant since I have a lot of Hoyas there and I like them more. As of repotting this plant, I have repotted this plant. I repotted before I burned it to the crisp. And I use just all-purpose houseplant soil, which I do like a black gold brand, but I'm sure any houseplant soil will do. I did add a little bit more perlite into the soil just for more aeration, and it did totally fine with repot. So if you guys need to repot this plant, don't be afraid, do it if you have to. It did not phase this plant whatsoever when it got repotted. It's literally after that I just put too close to light, I guess. So that's what really did it. And as of watering, I do stick to my original information, water it when it's 25% dry. So I basically water this plant once a week. Keep in mind there is a higher humidity in my grow tent, and it's in regular soil at this point, and it's pretty happy with that. I have not had a dramatic flop ever since, so this weekly schedule works for this plant. I guess I'll find out when I move it to my bathroom if that's going to change. And as of propagation on this plant, I have not propagated in the water. Like I have mentioned before in my previous video, that was information from the internet. I personally have not done it, but I have tried to propagate in my perlite propagation box, and I gotta tell you, it did absolutely nothing. All of those cuttings that I took, which basically crispy cuttings, but the stem on those plants was still totally fine. It did had a node, and I put it in a perlite and it did nothing. I actually still have a few pieces sitting in there, but it did absolutely nothing. They're there, they look okay, but they have not rooted whatsoever. So do try water propagation if you want to. If you have tried water propagation, please let me know in the comments below. It would be also very helpful for other people who's watching this video. But perlite doesn't work. The other way of propagating I have mentioned before, that is by division. Obviously I have not done that because I don't really have a lot of plants in there, but it tells me that it will grow more. So it will grow more and it will fill up the whole pot if I can keep this plant alive at some point. And maybe at some point I will definitely try a division propagation. So I think I covered all of the information on this plant. If you guys are still have questions for me on this little guy, please feel free to write to me in the comments below, and I will gladly answer all of your questions. And if you have more of success and more information on this plant that I do, also feel free to write, and that would be very helpful to all of us. One more thing I would like to mention to you guys, today is actually Sunday, September 11th. I will try to upload this video by tomorrow. That means I'll be editing for quite some time. And I was thinking maybe move back to uploading videos on Mondays, since now both of my kids are in school. Well, my big one is in college and the little guy is in school. So hopefully I would be able to film a little bit more for you guys, and maybe go back to my original schedule on Mondays. Let me know what you guys think about that schedule. I mean, I have been uploading a lot of shorts, and I know some of you guys don't really like shorts. I don't know why, but shorts is just the random videos that I make for you guys when I'm taking care of my plants and I have something cool happening that not really worth the whole video. So that's when I just grab my camera and just film it for you, and usually you guys see them literally 15 minutes after I recorded to whatever is happening. A lot of times it's just random blooms and little things. As little as I was filming regular videos, at least I was trying to kind of keep you guys in a loop what's happening with my plants. So I guess that's all I have for you guys today. If you found this video helpful in any way, please make sure to give this video a like, share with your plant friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Any of those actions are really helping this channel. This is not for my personal ego by any means, although it is nice to hear nice things from you guys. But any kind of action that you do is just helps algorithm to push this video farther and show to other plant people. Otherwise, videos just come to YouTube to die, basically. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.